Hi everyone! Today I have another step-by-step tutorial beginning from sign up and finishing with a completed website for a child daycare. I'll be walking you through selecting a template and importing your own content on the web pages, as well as editing the content on the pages. So we'll start here on the website.com home page. And to begin, we'll select this button that says Create Your Website Now in the middle of the page. This next page will allow us to enter our domain name and change our design, but the design can always be changed later. For this reason, we recommend selecting a domain name first, because once a domain name is taken, it's gone for good. So, we'll input our desired domain name and click Check Availability. If your domain name is good to go, you'll see this screen. If not, you'll be notified as such and we'll have to select another. Now, we'll click Next and begin filling out the information. We'll also be prompted to select a plan for your website hosting. We recommend the professional plan. Now, fill out your personal and payment information. When you're finished, press Done. Once you're finished, press Create My Account Now. On this page, you'll see you have two links. One to visit your website now, and one to begin building your website now. So we'll select Build Your Website Now. On this page, you'll need to select a template. And we have a few different ways at sorting through the different templates. For example, you can sort by newest added, or by name. Or you can change the category of the template shown. We'll find one that suits our need for a daycare website. This one looks good. Okay, so now that we've selected our template, we'll get a quick tour to help us get started. So I'll just walk you through that tour quickly here. The first thing is selecting a color scheme. So you can choose a color scheme to fit your website by clicking on Design and then Color Schemes. And that's color schemes make up the different colors of your website. The next thing is edit various elements of your page by clicking on the corresponding elements. This just means that you could edit elements simply by clicking on them. The next step is to navigate between different pages by clicking up here in the top left. Beside that, we have our undo and redo buttons to undo and redo the changes we've just made. Then for step 5, we have the Publish button, and here you can publish your pages once you're done editing your website. And finally, we have our Help section over here. Now that that's done, we can begin editing this website to fit our theme. So we start here on the home page of the website. You can see here that the name of this fictional daycare is Sunshine. To change this to use our own logo, we have two options. The first is to use our editor to create a logo, including using one of our fancy shape tools. So I would select the text at the top and change it to my daycare name. So I'll go Edit Text, and I'll change it to Blooming Cradles. And I'll just drag this to bring it a bit wider. And I'll also move this over here a bit. I'll make sure that I change Blooming Cradles to a sort of bluish green color, and I can do that by using this text editor right here. So I'll select this, and I'll select this color. And I'll also select this Daycare Center, and I'll change this to be orange. Finally, I'll add a fancy shape to the logo to give it some creativity. To do that, I'll go to the Add section of the sidebar, and I'll go to Fancy Shapes. Now I'll take this and I'll go over to the panel box over here on the right, and where it says Change Shape, I'll select this and I'll go to People and Nature, and I'll select this flower shape. You can see I have this flower shape, fancy shape right here, and I'll rotate it a tiny bit, and I can scale it down by clicking and dragging on these dots that surround it, and I can hold the Shift key to keep the proportions the same. So I'll drag this down and I'll drag this up here. And you can see I've created a logo entirely using our editor. This is a good time to talk about color schemes, as shown in the quick tour. To change the color scheme, you can select Design from the sidebar and click Color Schemes. Now you can select different schemes to change the color of your site. These different schemes change the color palette. And the template default scheme is the scheme that comes with your template when you first select it. Now I can change my logo in another way as well. So I'll get rid of the one I just created. So I can click on it and select all the elements of it. And in this menu here, I'll select this trash icon. Now for this method, I'm going to be using an image. So what I'll do is go over to the sidebar and select Add, go to Image and select Image. And now you can see I have an image of some tomatoes here. So to change this to my logo, I can go over to the panel box and select Change Image. Now from here, I'll upload my own file. So I have my own picture of my logo. So I have my Blooming Cradles logo right here. So I'll upload that and I'll click on Use Image. You can see I have my logo right here. And like before, I'll scale it down by holding the Shift key and clicking and dragging on the dots. And I'll just drag this back up to here. And the last step is to make sure in this menu you select Show on All Pages. This will ensure that your logo appears in the same position on all of your web pages. You can see that this page also has a lot of placeholder text, so we'll be changing that as well to our own content. To do that, you can select the text boxes and click Edit Text in the panel box. Then I can click and highlight the text that I want to change, and then it's simply a matter of copying our content from an external source and pasting it into the existing text box. So I'll do that with the text on this page. You can see that I've added my own text onto this page. If for some reason you're building your website and you notice that the images have watermarks on them, don't worry. This could be one of two reasons. Either your account is not activated yet, so the images will still display watermarks, or you selected the starter plan, which doesn't include access to our premium photos. So that completes our homepage. And now we'll move on to the About page. To change pages, you can click up here in the top left where it says Pages. And I'll go to the About page. This page will be another matter of pasting in our own content, so I'll do that now. But first, I'll delete some text at the bottom of the page. So I can click on them and go to Edit Text, and I'll just delete this. And I'll simply leave the names. There you have it. Also, this white background is a little bit too long now. So what I can do is select this white background and click and drag and bring it up. So now I'll also copy and paste in my own content here as well. And there you can see our About page for Blooming Cradles is now complete. So now that this page is done, we can move on to the Daily Duties page. You can see here we don't have a Daily Duties page in our menu bar. So we'll need to create one. To create a page, select Pages from the sidebar and select Add Page. We'll use a blank layout for the page and we'll name it Daily Duties. And you can press Done. You'll see this page is blank, and we don't even have a white background found on the other pages. So to add a white background, we can copy and paste one from one of the other pages. So we'll go back to the About page. And what we can do is select this white background here. Now, in the top, we can select this button here that says Copy. And we'll head back to the Daily Duties page. And then we can press Paste. And I'll just click and drag this into place. Now it will be a matter of adding text boxes and pasting in our own text. So to add a text element, you can select Add from the sidebar and select Text. We'll be using both a mix of paragraphs and titles on this page. So I can go ahead and add a title here. You can see we have a title right here. And now I'll just be copying and pasting in my own content from my external document. You can see that I've pasted in my own content and it kept the schedule in the proper positions. This is why copying and pasting your own content is a great way to edit your site. So now is a good time to talk about the text editor. The text editor is what you'll use to edit all aspects of the text on your pages. So if I click on this title that I just added, you'll notice the text editor opens above it. You have the option of changing the font type, color, size, spacing, and more. One feature of note is the font style option. Here you can select different font styles that fit the template. So if I highlighted this, I could go here to the font style section and choose different font styles. The font styles are great for having consistency across your web pages. In order to link the text with a font style, you must first select the text and then choose a font style for that selected text. So what I'll finally do is add an image beside my daily duties chart here. So I can go to the sidebar and select Add. From here, I'll select Image and Image. And I'll just drag this right here. And what I can do is go to the panel box and select Change Image. And I'll use one of our stock images. So I'll find one that fits. This one works. And there you have it. The daily duties page is done. So I'll move on to our tour page. And you can see up here in the menu that I don't have that page either. So I'll add one in the same way that I added the other. Clicking Pages, going to Add Page, and I'll name this one Tour. And, like before, I'll paste in a white background. So you can see that right there. What I'll also do for this tour page is add a gallery to this page. So I'll go to Add and select Gallery, and then Masonry. You can see the masonry appears right here. So I'll just click and drag this into place. You can see I need to make this white section a little bit larger. So I'll click and drag that up. And I'll drag this white section down a little bit more. And there you have it. Now I need to change the images in the masonry gallery. So what I'll do is I'll select the masonry gallery, and then I'll select Edit Masonry in the panel box. And then I'll go ahead and delete all of the images that are currently found in it. And then I can go to Add Images, and I'll be uploading my own images as I did with the logo. So in my Daycare file here, I'll go Pictures, and how about I select all of these? And I'll select 5 or 6 of these that I think will fit well in the masonry gallery. And I'll press Done. You can see I have my masonry gallery here. But I have too much room on the white section. So what I'll do is drag this down a bit, and I'll drag this white section down a bit too. Finally, what I can do is I have much too much room here in the content section. So down here where it says content, I can click and drag this little arrow here and bring the content section up. And there you can see I have my masonry gallery for my tour page. It gives a quick look at what my Blooming Cradles Daycare Center is all about. The next page is the Testimonials page. So I need to add that as well. Like before, Pages, Add Page, and this time I'll be using a testimonial category. So I'll select this one here, and I'll call it Testimonials. Press Done, and you can see I have my Testimonials page here. So I'll also need to paste in a white background. So I'll do that by clicking on Paste, put in my white background, and I'll just drag the size down a bit as well. But you can see that in pasting in my white background, I've covered up all of the content that was on this page. So to remedy that, we can click on this white background, and in this menu here, we can click on Send to Back. And that sends it to the back and puts all of the content that was on the page on a layer in front of it. So this is our testimonials page, and like before, we're simply going to be clicking on the text boxes and pasting in our own content. So I'll do that now. And there you have it, our testimonials page. For the services page, I won't need to add a page. I can simply use the one that I have already. So I'll go up here to Pages and select Services. Here on the services page, you can see I have a few different little boxes containing information. What I'll be doing is deleting all of the boxes save for one. I'll then increase the size of this box and then import my own content into the box. So I'll do that now. To delete multiple elements, you can either drag to select them, or you can hold Shift and multiple click on multiple elements. And there you have it, they're deleted. I'll also decrease the size here. So, click and drag on this white box, and I'll bring the size of the content section down a bit as well. There we go. And now I'll simply increase the size of this, and I'll import my own content into this text section here. You can see that I'll now need to increase the size of my content section. There you can see we have our services page completed. The next page will be the enrollment page, and I don't have this page already, so I'll have to add one. So again, Pages, Add Page, and this will be a blank page. And again, like before, I'll have to paste in my own white background. So this is way too much room for our enrollment page because we're only going to have two sections here. So I'll decrease the size a bit. Now I'll add two titles, and I'll make one say click for more information and one say enrollment. I'll also add two buttons. So add buttons and menus and select button. And I'll make this button say click here. And what I can do is link it to my contact page. So over here in the panel box where it says link to, I'll select that. I'll select page, and I'll select the contact page. And now when someone clicks on this button, it will direct them to the contact page. And I'll also add another button here as well under the enrollment. And I'll title this one PDF download. What I can do with this button is go to link to, and then instead of page, I'll select document, click to insert a document, and I'll have to upload my own document. So I'll go to my Daycare folder and I'll put my enrollment form. I'll select that and press done. And now this button will link to my PDF enrollment form. Finally, for this page, what I'll do is go to add, and in shapes, I'll select a vertical line, and I'll just drag this here to the middle, and it acts as sort of a decorative divider between the two sections of this page. I'll also make a few changes to the text. And there you have it, our enrollment page. Finally, I have the contact page. So I'll go to Pages and select Contact. And it's here that I'll be making only a few changes. So the first thing I'll change is the paragraph underneath the contact title. So I'll click on that and I'll paste in my own content. I'll also change this text here where it says our location. And I'll drag this up a bit. You can see that I'm going to need more space. So I'll go ahead and increase the content section size. And I'll drag this down. I'll also drag this white background down a bit as well. And I'll bring this map down as well. There we go. Finally, I have a Google Maps app right here. And I'll need this to display the accurate location for the daycare. So to change that, I can click on it. And over here in the panel box, I can input the correct address. There we have it. So the last thing we can do is change this menu bar. You can see that these pages are all getting cut off because there isn't enough room in the menu bar. So to increase the size, we can go here and click and drag. You can see I've increased the size. But the order of the pages in the menu bar isn't what I want. So to change that, I can go to the Pages section of the sidebar. And here I can move around the order of my pages. So the first thing I'll do is move my contact page to the very end. To do that, I can click and drag on this little icon that's right beside the contact page. So click and drag, and I'll bring that right there. I'll bring the tour page right after the services page. And I'll put the testimonials page right before the contact page. And I'll increase the size a little bit more. And there you have it. Our menu bar is in the correct order. And we fully completed our Blooming Cradles Daycare Center website. If you're satisfied with the pages, you can go ahead and press publish at the top to publish your site and make it live. If you want to see what it would look like as a fully published website, you can press this preview button here. So I'll go to the home page. You can see this is our home page with our own content that we added in. And I'll just click on a few more. Here's our daily duties page with our added image. We have our testimonials page here. We have our services page. And you can see it looks exactly how we designed it. If you have any more questions, feel free to watch our YouTube tutorials or contact our support team. Thanks for watching.